Hi, I'm Adam Ivy, and today I'm going to announce the winners for the Adam Ivy Cypher Vol.2 presented by MyInstrumentals.com. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to address a comment that I happen to get on like every single one of my videos, and it's something along the lines of, sounds like you have a cold, you sound stuffed up, you must have allergies, blah blah blah. I mean, you get the picture. That is because I do have allergies, really bad allergies. I live in Florida, which doesn't help. And on top of that, when I was really young, like in first grade, maybe kindergarten, I broke my nose. And until I was about 18 or 19, I never realized that my nose had been broken. I thought I just got a really bad bloody nose. And so I have a deviated septum. If you don't know what deviated septum is, just Google it. It's when the partition in your nose is off kilter. So my right nostril, I can't really breathe out of half the time. I'm getting it fixed later this year or next year. Whenever, but it doesn't really bother me, but I just wanted to address it because that's why I sound stuffed up. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you probably already know that a couple months ago I did the Adam Ivy Cypher Vol.2 official contest, and today I'm announcing the results. I gotta start off by thanking everybody who participated. We got 12 official entries, we got a late entry, and I'd say like 20-something people actually purchased the beat, whether it was for their own use or they were planning on doing the contest and it just didn't come through. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for doing that. It's going to keep these contests going. I'm going to do another Cypher in the next couple of months. It's going to be another free Cypher so everybody can participate. But I wanted to see how this went, and we got a lot of great entries. So I didn't want to just make this video a 2-second, hey, you won, thanks for playing type of deal. So what we did is, all 4 judges, myself included obviously, we wrote down the pros and cons of each individual submission. There were only 12 submissions, which is still a good amount. But we went through, we wrote down what we liked about the video and what we didn't like about the video. And I'm not just talking about the video, I'm talking about the audio and the whole performance and everything in general. So I'm going to go through each individual one, yours included if you participated, in no particular order, and then I'll announce the winners. I got my brand new iPad 3 here where I got everything jotted down on the screen, and I'm gonna just go through. This might be a little bit boring for some of you guys, but I'm gonna try to fly through them. Okay, so first person we're gonna review is Charlie Muscle. If you want to see his video, click right there. The pros, he has great flow, you know, pretty good delivery. It's good to see when people have children. A lot of people have children, a lot of responsibilities, and they're still chasing their dreams, and that was all, we all thought that was really cool. The cons of this was the audio quality was bad, and in turn, it was hard to understand some of it. Okay, next submission was John Vietnam. Some of the pros were that the lyrics were incredibly unique, and the way that you delivered them was very original. We all thought it was really, really good. Audio quality was awesome. Probably one of the best submissions audio quality wise. The con was that it felt rushed a bit at times, and in turn the flow gets lost and off time. I would have just suggested recording it a couple times and making sure that everything was right on. The next submission is D Mighty Music / Lil Kenny. The pros were that both artists had some really good lines. Audio quality was pretty good. The video was great. You know, we did appreciate the overall package. We didn't just look for lyrics, we didn't just look for delivery, we looked for the overall package on this contest. The cons were that the hook was a bit too repetitive in our opinion, and kind of generic. Like I said, the verses were pretty good, but it's, like I said, it's the overall presentation. The next submission is Skinny Fat 64. Probably one of the most random, kind of hilarious lines in a song of any one of these entries. I quote, "Don't you be embarrassed, let me put this in your colon." Really, bro? Really? Had some hot bars. Cons were that it sounded like you were out of breath a few times just because you had so much material that you were spitting, which we respected. It just felt like a lot to process. It was just like no breaks in it. Next submission was Cypher. He was actually the first person to submit, which we really appreciate. Salute you. The pros, the lyrics were really, really dope. Pretty good delivery. When it comes to the con side of things, the audio quality was bad. The thing that we all noticed was that you were spitting into a microphone for the video, but it wasn't recorded on a microphone, which we didn't really understand why that didn't happen. And at the very end, the flow lost some steam, just in our opinion. It started off really, really dope, and as it went on, it kind of trickled down. Overall, pretty good. Next submission is Casino Luchi. Pros where it was very commercial sounding. Sounded like something that you'd hear on the radio. The delivery was solid. Solid video overall. It was pretty good. Well-rounded overall. That's what I have notes here, so that's kind of what I just said. Cons where it was a bit generic at times, but since I said it did sound commercial, most commercial is kind of generic. The vocals could be mixed a little better. They were low in the mix a bit too much at times, to where even listening to it in the studio, some things were kind of like, huh, what was that? So most of these submissions we listened to 3-4 times. So anyway, next submission was Boogs Malone. The pros for this one were that the flow was pretty slick, good delivery, real solid. The only person to represent Orlando, which they didn't get any brownie points for that, just kind of with me, since I'm living in Orlando now. The cons were that the audio quality was bad. It was really loud. You were yelling into the camera, laptop, or whatever you were recording on, and it was clipping like crazy. I actually had to turn it way down. It was hurting my ears. And the fact that you were talking for 35 seconds before you started it, it was kind of funny. It didn't bother me, it was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. Next submission is Lewis Elder. For this one, we thought the lyrics were great, the solid delivery, like a lot of you guys had, and it's all about the well-roundedness, like I mentioned earlier in the video and on the original video. You can have the hottest bars ever, but if the delivery sucks, it's not going to help you out. The cons for this one, that the audio on the vocals was a bit quiet and it was hard to hear. There was times that we had to turn it up and re-listen to it, like I was talking about in a couple other submissions. Next submission is Joe C. Lyrics were solid and clever, good punchlines. This one we were really impressed with the writing of it, and it was, like I said, it was very clever. The cons was the flow was off time at times, and the samples that came in, it kind of sounded like a radio morning show, which was cool. I understood where you're going, but it threw off the momentum of the actual spitting. Okay, the next submission is from Exquisite Entertainment, E-N-T. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. So their video's right here. The pros, they had some really hot bars, and the energy was one of the highest energy ones of all these submissions. The cons were that the flow lacked solid delivery, in our opinion, overall. The audio quality wasn't very good. It was all over the place. The hook was at a lower level, and then when the verse came in, it was really loud and clipping and a little bit muffled, but yeah. Next submission was Keith Hickman. Some of the pros of this one was that the vocal mix was great, audio quality was great, hot build-up lines. You know, you kind of had you didn't have just like a 2-bar punchline. It was, maybe it took 4 bars to get to the punchline, but it was pretty solid. And I also personally liked the fact that he added in at the end of the Cypher, he cut it in to a track that was produced by myself that he leased on his own previously before the contest. But I thought that was really cool, and that one was actually hotter than the Cypher submission. No offense, but it was really hot. I'm interested in hearing that totally done. Some of the cons were that the flow and delivery fell off a couple times. It seems like people were rushing through these submissions. In my opinion, if you are submitting anything, whether it's for a mixtape, free, whatever, you should just make sure it's on time. It's not a lot to ask for. If you have to re-record it a couple times, just make sure it's on time. That's all we ask for. Okay, so the next submission is from a dude named Jadon. Pros, this one was by far the most lyrical submission of any of the submissions, hands down. Like, nobody could deny that. Even if we didn't like it, we couldn't deny it. I actually had to watch it 3 or 4 times to get all the punchlines, because at first you don't really soak it all up. You're just like, oh, okay. But if you listen to what the dude's saying, it's really slick. He wrote some really pretty incredible bars. And he had great metaphors. So the cons were that the delivery was lacking. It didn't feel genuine to some of us, myself included. I'm not going to lie, I didn't feel that it felt genuine. It lacked confidence, and what I mean by that is it kind of felt like you were just reading it and you weren't comfortable with what you had written. There's a difference between just learning a song and knowing it by heart and just, you know, having a little bit more emotion behind it and having it on bars. On time rather, and that's kind of where it was lacking for us. And the last submission that we're going to review today is from a dude named Sug. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. It's S-U-G, so Sug. Pros of this one were the determination to submit it by midnight was just awesome. This guy recorded it at like 11 p.m. right before the submission deadline in his work's bathroom, from what I understand. If that's not the case, I misunderstood, but I thought that was awesome to show that kind of determination to get in and get your voice heard. A lot of the flow had great delivery. It was on time. It was pretty solid for the delivery. The cons of this one were that it was hard to understand because you had to be quiet because you were in a bathroom, and also the echo and the natural reverb of the room was kind of hard to decipher what you were saying. I also want to take this time to shout out my dude Jay Napoleon, representing Clover G like always. That's Lil Flip's label. If you don't know who Lil Flip is, you've been out of touch with hip-hop for the last 10 years. So go Google him, whatever, show some support. Jay Napoleon's already signed to Clover G, so I didn't think it was fair for him to submit to enter the Cypher since he's already signed, and this is more for independent artists. But I told him, I said, hey, listen, I want you to submit just to kind of get your name out there and show your support for me. I'll show you my support for you. So I support you, bro, and I look forward to working with you and the whole family in the near future. Okay, so now it's time to announce the top 4 winners of the Adam Ivy Cypher Volume 2, presented by MyInstrumentals.com. And before I announce any of these, I'm going to beg you guys to please have a little bit of sportsmanship here, because last time I announced the winners, I must have had like 1 million dislikes before the video was even over, because people get all butthurt. This is not about who wins, this is not about who loses, this is about getting better, this is about networking, getting your name out there. There can only be one winner. There can only be one second place winner. So without further ado, I'm going to get to it. Okay, so the first place winner of the Adam Ivy Cypher Volume 2, and the winner of a $100 Visa gift card, the featured spot on MyInstrumentals.com for a month, and the winner of 4 free beats from MyInstrumentals.com is Casino Luchi. Okay, so overall we thought that this was the most polished overall song. The video, the lyrics, the delivery, the mix, everything, you have to remember, everything was considered in this contest. And that was the most polished submission of all 12 submissions. Okay, so the second place winner, the winner of a $25 Visa gift card, the winner of a week's worth of feature artist spot on MyInstrumentals.com, and the winner of 2 free beats is none other than Lewis Elder. We thought that this was a really solid submission overall. Like I said, the video, audio quality, the punchlines, the delivery. So congratulations, bro. You got second place. Now, when it came to third and fourth place, this was a pain in the ass. I don't think any of us agreed on a third or fourth place. Kind of became a problem. We tried to narrow it down. The amount of quality submissions on here was more than you could fit into a 2-slot, third and fourth place. But after a while, we boiled it all down, and I came up with a solution. So without further ado, I'm going to announce the third place winner. So coming in third place is all of you guys. Yeah, everybody that didn't win first or second place, just for submitting to the contest, you win 2 free beats. That's right. I'm not leaving anybody out. It means so much to me that you guys participated in the first place. Fuck those other people that didn't participate. Fuck those people that made excuses. You did it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So guess what? You win 2 free beats. There's no fourth place. There's no nothing. Because all you guys are winners. First place, Casino Luchi. Second place, Lewis Elder. Third place, all you guys. So what I need you to do now is email me, each individual one of you guys, email me through YouTube, so I know that it's your username attached to your name, not just, oh, I participated and I won, give me some free beats. Email me through YouTube, give me your email address, go to myinstrumentals.com, check out all the beats, tell me which 2 beats you want. First place winner, tell me which 4 beats you want, but just give me your email address and I'll contact you. You guys will have all your beats in your inbox within the next few days. Well, within a few days of you emailing me. I can't read your minds. But anyway, I appreciate everybody that participated. It was a great success. Thanks for everybody who subscribes. And yeah, that's it.